Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Jedi and Sith, to another video, and let's get right on into this Grand Arena replay of Vader and Palpatine going up against Geo's underdog style. But guess what? With Vader's rework, he could technically do it alone, but I like the bonus turn meter granted from Palpatine. Now just watch right here, we're going to be able to completely delete the Geonosian Soldier, and looking back on it, I probably could have deleted the Spy too, but we're able to do that a short time later. So you can tell me contemplating here, trying to figure out, because we don't take as many turns, we can only take 4 turns here. And so I decided to go there and just keep using my basic until we get another Force Crush. But I use it here so then we can delete the Brute and now can start focusing on the Brood. We were not able to get the ability block, but we were able to get it there so we can stop the cleanse and the summon, which is exactly what you want. You don't want him cleansing and then summoning the Brood again, because then you have to deal with it all over again. And just like that, Vader practically deleted the entire team by himself. Palpatine was just there for the lead. Now this team, I was going to take in my Shock Troopers with ARC Trooper and Clone Sergeant, but since it was a pretty good Bounty Hunter team, I didn't want to risk it. So I took in Thrawn, since I didn't use him with Empire, just to keep Bosk under control. And in the end, I think I probably could have gone away with using Clone Sergeant, but just it was worth it in the end, just to make sure. Now I did find an interesting synergy. Thrawn often attacked first, which then meant he applied speed up, and then the ARC Trooper's turret always attacks after everyone else has, and so it was then able to dispel that speed up, which then applied ability block. So we practically had a free ability block whenever Thrawn and ARC Trooper countered, which was huge in controlling Jango Fett and Boba Fett, because they just did their big AoE and they were instantly under control. And you can see there another fracture off, which made it so that then Bosk was not going to be getting another turn, and it was pretty easy with the double protection recovery to get 100 banners, I mean not 100% on our banner efficiency and get our 64. As you can see what I was talking about with the ability block, it was very nice. Another fracture, but Thrawn takes care of them. Let's move right along and look into the back wall. So I ended up deciding, let's go back up to the top wall. That bomb wall is not very threatening. And for stars, let's use Darth Revan to take out this Bastila team. And I decided to do this because of General Kenobi. The fact that General Kenobi was a relic made me a little nervous with clones, because I wasn't certain that we were able to get enough damage output, especially with Ezra being there on the side. So I just decided to play it safe with the Sith Empire, and sure enough, they got the job done, which is not really a big of a surprise. I mean, they were designed to defeat Jedi. That is their sole purpose, and even though technically I'm outgeared here because Bastila and Darth Revan are both gear 12, HK's only gear 11, and we've got gear 13, I'm guessing another gear 11, and then a gear 11. So for the most part, it's actually kind of more balanced, but still, it was kind of nerve-wracking to go into it, even especially with the Relic Kenobi. But HK gets 2 terminations out, and that makes really easy banner efficiency. Decided to use clones to go up against Jedi Knight Revan, and they did not disappoint, even though it looks ugly for a long time, and that's one of the interesting things with using clones against Jedi. If you don't like close encounters, this is a hard one, and gets your heart racing sometimes, because they targeted 5s here. And as I've shown several times, when they target 5s, that is awful. That is why I relicked 5s up. But fortunately for me, for some reason the AI then chose to go after Rex, completely bypassing the mark. And I'm like, it completely wasted that mark and made it so that then Savior was triggered. Well, the clone's variant of Savior, because obviously I triggered their Savior. And then now the clones' offense is through the roof. However, it does look bleak because there was a 2v3, but as you just saw right there, Rex just deletes them, and we've already deleted another, and we're just still going. It just changes so fast. You go from almost losing to you've now deleted 3 characters in the time that I've spoken. Now, I had Clone Sergeant left over because I didn't use him with Shock T, which meant I got to pair him up with Cody, and Snips here, and they get the job done really fast. They've already taken out one character. Now this was a slightly undergeared bounty hunter team, but still having Clone Sergeant with Cody and Snips, because Snips assists twice when Cody calls people to assist, and because Clone Sergeant is on this team, he helps as well. And well, you've seen Clone Sergeant in action. He gets the job done. As you can see here, we're done very quickly. In this matchup here, I decided to try and use Nest and Hermit Yoda because I finally unlocked him and have been gearing him up in preparation for the Jedi Knight Luke event. And we're trying to get the job done here, and I'm soaking up the damage. Well, not I, but Nest is doing her job, getting some healing from Hermit Yoda, and her damage has increased. I mean, you're seeing it here. She is already through protection, but we got to take out that Elder, so I stun him there, and everything's looking great. Let's get this Elder out. And then they start attacking Hermit Yoda, and that made me a little nervous, but we were able to still get that back and get some more damage. Now, what I probably should have done there was use Hermit Yoda's heal, but I do it now instead, and somehow he gets through the protection and health, and we're almost dead, but fortunately they attack her, but then they just delete her, and that was kind of saddening to see her just get deleted, but we moved on. Now, I don't have a song for this team, because this is my first time really ever using them. Well, that's not true. The first time you have seen me use them. I've used them about 2 other times in Grand Arena and also in TW, and they produced some pretty good results, and I figured, you know what, let's go take in this against this Jedi Rebel team, and I'll take in my own Rebels. And now, just so you know, my K2 and Cassian are awful, but it doesn't matter because of the constant healing. K2 is practically always at full protection, and because of all the debuff spreading from Cassian, we're going to be able to eventually get healing immunity on Kanan, which will kill him off, and then we'll be able to focus on everyone else. Now, I'm going after Juhani, which, looking back on it, probably was not a good idea. But you can kind of see after that taunt, I'm starting to try to go after Kanan. I'm trying to get that healing immunity over on him, because when he throws a grenade, he mass spreads debuffs. And then when he uses his second right ability, he then applies all of those debuffs on one character. Now I chose to use the basic there and trying to get buff immunity on old Ben, which we successfully do. But now he's dropped the healing immunity, which means now I have to go all the way back down to Cassian's grenade throw. And I choose not to use his second special because I want to be able to use grenade throw and then follow up. Now we've been able to promote the summon over on the side, which means he now has defensive penetration, which he can grant to the team, and that is awesome and huge because we're going to be able to increase our damage output, which, as you have probably seen, we're getting in hundreds on the assists because of the 90% less damage, which is crazy. Like, the Geo team sometimes is like just hitting very soft, except for when the Spy does a silent strike or the Brute. But this team, which is very comparable to the Geos, just doesn't do much damage. But with the healing immunity, Kanan doesn't regain any health, and we're able to just finally push through and ignore the defense with the defensive penetration. So our 900 damage is able to deal 900 damage to the actual health and protection, completely ignoring defense, because defense subtracts from the overall damage. But just a little bit of a tidbit. Now we're able to give him the officer as well, and honestly that's great, but I don't have the Omega on that, so it's not that much helpful. Now we got ourselves here a complicated profession, but we've called in the professionals to handle it, and we're going to start dealing damage to the First Order officer, because Boba Fett's lead and contract wants to take out the person who took a first turn, which means we're going to be able to quickly get Mando's disintegration, hypothetically. Now, usually with this lead, if you do not have a soft person who's very squishy and has high speed, it's not going to work. But Mando disintegrates, and that's a quick battle. We're going to keep the Babu Freak rolling because we're going up against Jedi Training Rey. We're going to stun her. We're using our Sith team. They got out of the gate first, but that doesn't matter. Darth Sign's going to apply some pain, and now they have to target him But my Scion, I have Mom for high health, high defense, and protection as well. And because Nihilus's lead turns protection into help, Scion's health pool is huge. Now, Nihilus and Dooku do have some pretty low health, but fortunately Dooku has the stun, which is going to keep this team pretty much in control the entire match. We're getting close to Annihilate, and it's ticking down here very fast. The one downside to using Nihilus lead with Scion is his Held by Hatred doesn't heal him because they cannot heal. And so it's practically useless, as you see there, to use that ability, but I was trying to get extra damage so I could hopefully get back some health. We were successful, and now we're going up against this Chief Chirpa Ewok team using our own resistance, and they deleted Rey, which I was not wanting to happen. And first, they're just running circles around me. Knights, when you don't have a team that will take out Ewoks, it's a nightmare sometimes to go against. The Murder Bears are definitely aptly named. We're so close to taking out Chief Chirpa, but then Wicket just kills him off, and now we're stuck. There's no chance to win, and they've completely cleared us out. But then I remembered the Imperial Troopers and their might, and they come on in strong here. They heal up. They're trying to get away, trying to hide under stealth, but that doesn't matter. We're going to get a turn me a rampage, and let's get going. Boom, there goes the leader. We're going to be able to take out the Ewok Elder as quickly as possible before he revives. AoE, he's gone, and now goodbye Wicket. Quick battle, nice and easy. Now, this Grand Arena matchup that you just watched, we won, but we also won the next one. And in this battle, I chose to use Mon Mothma on defense, and she got me 3 defensive wins. Yeah! But, as always, this has been the Grand Admiral and End Transmission.